Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TEW 2016 Women of Wrestling. When we last left off in the last episode, as you can tell, we have a new champion, and it is Lana Star. If you haven't seen the last the last episode, I'll leave you not a video link, but at the end of this video, I'll leave you a card that shows you episode 2 in case you missed it. But right now we're moving on to episode number 3, and as you can probably tell by the title of this episode, it is going to be a Lana Celebration. Excuse me. I almost coughed there. But before we do that, it's time to pick the best venue, which is AZ, which is, I believe it stands for Arizona. There we go. Is it? Hold on. I gotta make sure. Yeah, this is it. I think I already assigned it. Hopefully. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, we also have new storylines coming up. We also have new talent that will be making their debut. And also, I'm planning to figure out how to handle the situation with the tag team titles. So with that said, let's get started with our first episode of this show. Alrighty then, so our first, not our first episode, but it starts off with a match, and it has a decent reaction to the crowd, from the crowd to be precise, but it's subpar wrestling. Frost defeated Kita Rush by pinfall with an ice pick, which is about 8 minutes and 53 seconds. The announcer lifted the match. The match itself in the show is off to a strong start, which is good. This made the crowd hotter. The intense physicality of the match was too much for some of the fans. Kita Rush gets an E for her in-ring performance, while Frost gets an F+. Kita Rush is improving in performance skills. And we also get an E- rating. After the match, we get an F, which is not good, but this is where the storyline advances. After Kita Rush recovered from her loss against Frost, Ivy and Zatanna run in and attack Kita Rush, beating her down to the mat. This advanced the storyline of Villainous Rampage. And that's it. Next up, we have a C-, which is not great but not terrible. Abilene Maverick and Chloe Hertz are seen backstage engaging in a vicious catfight. This angle got the crowd hotter, and it gained heat from the storyline. So that's technically all I can do for this one. An E- rating. It's a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Cage Heat defeated Beach Patrol in 8 minutes and 20 seconds when Loda Payne, or Delta Loda Payne, defeated Sandy by pinfall with a capital punishment. Along with Cage Heat is their manager, Sophia Lopez, who is technically the lawyer. They made a good Sophia and Delta is a good pairing for each other. Summer's not suited to her gimmick and all that kind of stuff. So, technically, Loca and Sandy gets an E-, while Delta and Summer gets a solid E on their in-ring performance. And this brings a new storyline, which is the tag team tournament. Now, this is what I mentioned about. I was I was trying to come up with the idea of how to put the tag team titles in this storyline, and there it is. This is actually a tag team tournament for the tag team titles. And Summer is improving in Rumble skills, while Delta Loda Payne is improving in performance skills. So, that's good. Moving on to a solid E, in backstage, Jungle Girl confronts Ursula about the incident that happened in the previous episode, I assumed. The two have a heated exchange before Ursula leaves in a huff. So this gains heat from the storyline called Wicked Ways. And that's technically it. Alright, so moving on to a E-, subpar wrestling, but has a decent reaction from the crowd. It's Io Shirai, making her debut by defeating Holiday in 8 minutes and 42 seconds by pinfall with a Thunder Splash. And Io Shirai has been debuting the pirate gimmick. And we got an E- for Shirai, a solid E for Holiday, and no working improvements. So this is another debut. And then we move on to D-, which is, in my opinion, it's not bad, but it's not great, because I wanted to get into the level of like a C, which is very close, which one of the segments, that's based around sex appeal, but this one right here is, you know, some sort of promo and stuff. Well, actually, it's a celebration. As you can tell, this is where I came up with the title of Lana Celebration. And it also took me a while to come up with the thumbnail, because I have to find some sort of creative image, not a transparent image, but an image that doesn't show any backgrounds, which I'm assuming it's transparent, but in all seriousness, it took a while for me to find certain images and then put the thumbnail together. So to get back on this, Lana Star is in the ring, which is decorated with red carpet and streamers. Quite obvious, because she's about Hollywood material, and they are celebrating their recent success. In other words, Lana Star is celebrating the fact that she is a 2-time WOW champion, and she has now retained of what is rightfully hers. And she got help from Kitty during this segment. But wait, there's more. Lana Star is in the ring. Well, technically she's already in the ring, but let's skip that part. They are celebrating their recent success with their manager or ally, Kitty. And then all of a sudden, guess who's in the ring? Mickie James, Miss Hardcore Country, hits the ring and attacks and ruining the ceremony. And this started a new storyline, which is Hollywood Star versus Country Singer Star. And Mickie James has made her debut as a country singer gimmick. And it's a D-. So basically, you're probably wondering, why is Mickie James there? Well, not just only to improve the show, but it also gave me an idea of a storyline that features Lana Star and Mickie James. So in this storyline, Mickie James confronted Lana Star that just because you're Hollywood material doesn't mean you're that good in the ring. Well, for me, I was a country singer, but I could still do some great work in that ring. And in the pay-per-view, I am going to be your newly crowned WOW champion. And then basically attacks and destroy Lana Star and her manager Kitty and trash the entire ceremony, which that is the purpose of this. You think it's going to end with Lana gloating about her victory in the second episode? Well, guess what? Boom! She has an opponent right now. An opponent that she needs to worry about. So let's end this show, and we get an E+. According to the crowd, it was disappointing, and all that kind of stuff. However, this show increased our popularity in 45 regions. So right now, we're into like a small venue or something along these lines, and it's just difficult to make a show very tremendous, do good, but it's the best I can do right now. And the reason is because I end up getting minuses and stuff like that. But we still have a lot of work to do. That's for sure. Alright. So we got some emails that we need to start off. And unfortunately, Razor has a minor morale issue. Let's see. She's irritated. She is irritated at this time. Let's see. If I give you this kind of money, will you be happy? Yes, she is very happy. I know I may have given her too much, but I needed her for the 4th episode, which has something to do with the tournament. So what we have here is women of wrestling have risen to small size. And then women of wrestling have entered a 1-month grace period after rising in size. While this phase is in effect, the company is immune to popularity loss from regional battle defeats. The phone just rang. But the problem is that I don't know who it is. So I'm just going to ignore it because it stopped ringing. I think someone might have realized that they got the wrong number. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and check out the storyline so far. We have an F+ for this. We have an E+ for this. E-, F-, and a solid F. Let's see. Yeah, as you can tell, this is a spoiler, and that's my mistake. I was checking to see the heat of the storyline rating and stuff like that. But you definitely know why I need Razor for this, and that's the fact that she will be participating in the tag team tournament along with, I believe, Spike. Let's see. Yeah, Spike. And they're facing off against Santana Garrett and Amber O'Neal for the WOW Tag Team Championships. And we have the chemistry so far. Delta has pretty good chemistry when being managed by Sophia Lopez. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the 3rd episode. So the 4th episode may take a while to figure out when it comes to new storylines and everything whatsoever. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the Miss Sensational Gaming channel. And I'll see you all in the next video.